Hello, bonjour, bonjour, is that better? This is a timeless reading, so feel free to revisit this anytime you want. Let's see what the message is for you today. Okay, I need to write this. I'm getting a channeled song. It's another Maroon 5. Wait a minute, not another. It's the same song that I channeled a few days ago. If you saw that video. I don't remember what it was saying in that reading, but I have it written down. So I'm just writing it down again. What is it titled? This confession confirms everything. That's the title of the video. Okay, so is this connected to that reading? Let's see. Guardian angels, what do you have to say? What is this going on? Okay, I'm gonna pull this and I'm gonna put it back. So it feels like I'm just supposed to take a look. Relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. As you look into the mirror of your past, wow, I've never seen this detail before. When she looks, she's not even looking into the mirror. This is a harp, but I saw it as a cello, and it reminded me of myself. I used to play the cello, and I'm seeing in the mirror, so it reminded me of my younger years, right, as a child. And I was actually thinking recently, I'm like, gosh, I wish I would have like bought a cello when I could and continued. I'm like, oh, you know what? I could actually still do that, right? But I forgot how to play and read music, everything. But I'm sure I can find, I can learn, right? But then I'm like looking into this mirror, and there's a baby little cherub right here. And I feel a sense like this is icicles. It's not, I don't know if this is really icicles, but I'm seeing like feeling a sense of coldness, And so when okay, so here, I'm kind of getting excited here because this is really good. This is really good. Relationship patterns, it takes strength to recognize the need for change. And so this is an acknowledgement that it took a lot of strength for you to reflect back on parts of yourself that feel frozen in time or feel cold, right? And say that I can change and I can make things shift for the better for me. I'm also this feeling of like worthy. I am not tainted. Like I can be who I imagine myself to be or I want to be. Feelings like that, because when it's kind of connecting like when I was talking about the cello, where it's like, well, I thought I could do that. You know, I'm older now, but you think if I practice for 5 years, I mean, why not, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be a 60-year-old if I, you know, God willing, let me be of enough health to say, oh, I'm a 60-year-old cellist, you know, and I only started when I was in my 40s, like something like that, right? Love can make a difference. Slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. Love makes a difference. You are limitless. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. Okay, so it's funny because it's like, okay, slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. But then it says, actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. What in the... What? Did you hear that? You had to. That was super loud. Maybe that's a channel message for someone out here. But what I'm saying is there's a feeling like, yes, like, embrace your emotions. Like, if you feel excited, you feel happy, you feel motivated, by all means, feel into that. But you don't have to feel rushed for time, right? Like, you don't have to. There's a feeling of like pacing yourself, right? So if you feel like there's not enough time to do something, or you feel like so much time has passed, you're coming to terms with the idea that that's not true. You can do anything that you choose. You are limitless, and there's a healing of the past, right? Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. So there's an increase in self-worth and self-love, and there's a feeling also of like self-reliance and self-appreciation, where, again, I think that it's a really good example with the being a cellist, because it's like, well, I could give myself so many good excuses, but if I want to do it, I can. I don't have to limit myself, right? I don't have to say, oh, I've had to be practicing since I was 5 to be accomplished. I don't even have to be accomplished. I can just do it because it's something that I enjoy. I don't have to tie myself to whatever ideas other people have with it, right? So it's something that would provide me a sense of joy, right? So let's see. Transformation and taking risks. The same thing. It's the same thing. I think your guardian angels, I'm hearing you're being rewarded for doing this. It's a transformation of the mind, the perspective that you can do certain things. You don't have to be limited by something that you felt may potentially have held you back. And with regards to like a confession and to the love and she will be loved, this could also be like, maybe you feel that love has passed you by, or you're not available for love because of things that are really just excuses, your age or your circumstance or whatever, where it's like, well, it's just not going to happen for me. But there is a actual desire and a want to have love, to experience love, and maybe potentially reunite with love with a specific person. And I just saw this whole thing covered with the word obedient. So there's an obedience connected here, where your guardian angels are reminding you to be obedient to the signs, the message that goes in line with slowing down and your actions. So don't get ahead of yourself with doing something where you're betraying your own inner knowing. Don't get ahead of yourself because of pure excitement. This is allowing the floodgates to open. So when you feel your passion directing you somewhere, follow that. But you don't have to go over it if it feels like you're going to be betraying something inside, where it says to wait. Even if you don't want to wait, listen to that inner voice. And also, again, like, don't tie, like, let's say, for example, you're saying, oh, I'm too old to find someone. Like, it's too late for me. No, it's not, obviously. But don't say, okay, fine, I'm ready for it, but now I need to find someone, like, now. I need to find someone, in 2 weeks. Well, just let it unfold naturally, because then you're still going back onto what your negative limiting belief system was, which is, it's too late. So now you're saying, okay, fine, I'll go to the other edge, but I still think it's too late, so I need to hurry up and get it. You see what I'm saying? So just listen to yourself. Don't betray yourself with that. Enlightenment and healing. I think this is what happened. I think this is what happened here. Is there's a healing, a heart healing, and it's brought you enlightenment on some circumstances, some sort of situation where you're saying, I feel safe to be open to this and let this happen. Variance in divine order, in the timing that is meant for me. Okay. Embracing flow, focus, voyage, stand still, opportunity. Well, it's just repeating, right? It's just repeating what we were just talking about. Okay, so give it a month. I'm hearing. What are we giving a month? I don't know. Give something a month. Maybe you know exactly what it's like. What's being asked to give a month to, but give it a month. Let me see. Give it a month before it becomes more clear for everyone involved to make the decision that needs to happen, where you're going to be able to see something in the physical realm of what we're seeing transform here. It seems like someone has been observing you in a situation that feels like I'm seeing like a flower child. Like when I'm looking at you from this other person's perspective, I'm seeing you as a flower child. I'm seeing you as just like this light, beautiful spirit that's kind of flowy and fun and mysterious and creative and energizing, but soulful and deep and different and expressive. And then it's like, what's up with your family? Like, it's like, is there like trauma involved too? Because it's like, when I think about like a flower child's parents, then I'm like, they might be involved in some weird stuff and like maybe even like neglectful or like, but also very in tune, but also it's like complex. It's like almost like, and then it's like, what did you experience other than that? So there's like a lot of mixture kind of in there where it feels like sad, right? And so I feel like there's someone that's observed this about you, unless this is supposed to just say like an overarching theme about you, but it feels like there's a person, like they're observing this about you. And it's almost like the more that you come into that identity again, it's like revisiting that identity, where because you're revisiting it, you're shedding a structure on you that has taken from you. It's almost like a flower child gone to the city, New York City, and she's like working in, you know, I don't know, advertisement. And it's somewhere where she's not really expressing that side of her. So it goes from that to I don't know, it's like this feeling like, you know, something happens and it almost feels like the way I'm seeing it is like a financial. It feels financial, but it's when I show that it's like structure, like structural, you know? So if you think about like the banking institution or institutionalized, right? There's like something that happens that's like, you know what, like enough is enough. And that's kind of a tower within you. It's like, okay, like it like wakes you up. It's like, okay, you know what? Enough. I'm done. Enough. And from there, it shifts the way that you see things back to that flower child energy of like, hold on, I see things completely differently than I have been. It's almost like you were in a partial slumber to certain aspects of your identity or certain aspects of your life. Now you awaken to the slumber, from the slumber, and you fall back into who you are, more liberated. And you're like, okay, you know what? I can do this. Like, I'm me again. And maybe from that slumber, then that's where that kind of energy I was talking about, like age or timing or, you know, the appropriateness of things. But whatever, you embrace it and you fall into that. And I can't help but see this rose from the devil here. And I'm seeing this as like someone, and see, they're holding the mirror. Remember the mirror from the other card? It's like that person, like I'm seeing them as, they're not the devil. They're a good person. But it's almost as if like this ever-present energy, right? And I say this, follow me with this, okay? It's like the devil's always lingering. It's like this person's always lingering. Like whether it's in your thoughts or like around you or just like, you know, memories of that or something. It's like, oh, they're always like lingering. And there's something about it that transforms. There's something about your dynamic with them that transforms and energizes this connection. It re-energizes it. Hold on, someone just keeps texting me. Okay. That's obviously a sign here. And it's important, like I had to respond to this person. It has to do with finances, actually. A big financial purchase. It's a financial purchase that has to do with the business. And so that needs to happen in order for things to continue, to grow. How is that connected here? I'm not sure how this, like, I don't know why this is coming through with that message. But the message that I'm getting connected to that is like, there's something about your situation or like you that you were gonna walk from, or like, no, that's not right. Is that right? You either were gonna walk from something, or it's like this, but I'm seeing arrival. So it's like I was gonna walk from something, or I arrived somewhere. So it's about the present, where you're at. It's important about where you're currently at. And then realizing I have everything that I need right now. I don't need to abandon. I don't need to abandon where I'm at, right? So like flower child example, I don't need to abandon my career being in the city to still be a flower child. I can incorporate this into who I am, or like how I conduct business or whatever. Like I don't have to leave. And then it's like elements, like the way I'm seeing it, like looking around my room. Let me see. Well, this is a good example. Okay. So on here he has his sack, and then he has like bongos and stuff and everything. So it's this feeling like, well, you have everything here already that you can use that you haven't been using. Like the bongos were decoration, right? But it's like I bought this after I moved into the financial district. I have it and I bought it with the intent of being decoration, because I lost that. I not lost, but that part of me fell asleep. The flower child of me fell asleep, right? But now it's reawoken, so I don't have to get rid of all of this stuff and then like bring in something new, or I don't have to move off into, the prairies of Missouri or something. Like I don't have to do all this. I can stay here and I can play these bongos, right? So it's like that part of me, the partial slumber, was always still stirring. It was still calling me in my life, because, oh gosh, like I have the bongos, like I can use them, right? I have this totem, I can use them. I have these candles, I can use them. I have what's in the sack, I can use them. The stick, I can use it. Like everything takes on this new expression, but it's because the sleeping part of me always was driving me, and I wasn't fully aware of that. And so the person, it feels like this energy that's been tugging at you, another person energy tugging at you, feels almost as if it was a catalyst to some aspects of this, either to preserve this part of you, this part of your past, but it does feel like very reminiscent of someone from the past, and that love never escaping, and then them returning in some form. And feeling like, oh, maybe it wasn't for me. But as you awaken this side of you, that changes. I see this as a revolving door. So it like moves a revolving door. Like, so now the person can come through the revolving door, it increases the flow, it increases the wind, so that it's naturally moving. Wonders. Okay, these two kept falling out. I was trying to put them back and it kept coming out. Patience and pleasure. So be patient here. It's okay. You're gonna get to this experience. And the wonders I see, this is miracles. Be open to miracles, right? Be open to miraculous events. Be open to the wonders and the pleasures of things that happen in divine order. Let the divine orchestration happen, and that's a message from their higher self. Whoever this other person is, they're saying there's only light. That's a message to you from their higher self. There's only light. And soul name and let go. And then we have truth on the sword. Yeah, the let go and the soul name. So I remember that the soul name, like the card definition, part of it is like, you're going to be discovering your soul name soon. So that might be literal. I think for a lot of you though, you kind of have an idea, or you already know what your soul name is, or I don't know, there's like just something about that you like already know, or you're already very well connected with. I'm seeing this as I'm seeing a card falling out. So for those of you that have tarot or oracle cards or something, I'm just seeing a card falling out, and it's gonna be it's gonna be really important. You're gonna look at it and be like, oh, whoa. So there's gonna be if you resonate with that and you have your own decks, then when you're gonna have a card that falls out, that's gonna be really important here. It's gonna tell you something really important, and it's gonna resonate with this. And I'm seeing it like, okay, so I'm seeing it like your guardian angels, they're like, we really want you to just release this, like release this and let go and and hear the message. We really want you to hear the message. Like, don't feel like it's not for you, or it's not meant for you. Don't feel like it can't happen for you. Don't feel like it's in your head, or that there's something that's not enough. You are good enough. This is gonna happen for you. So when you're seeing the cards say something very good is happening for you, and it's very clear for you and synchronistic, please just believe it, right? Embrace it. Embrace it. What is this soul name about? I'm seeing, oh, what? It says something. Know thy heart. Know thy heart. It's written on there. Know thy heart. Know thy heart. I saw it from far away. It looks like New York. NY. Oh, we were just talking about New York. New York might be significant here. But then I also saw the O, and it was like turning into like obey. Like obey. Because they're showing me the arch in here, and they're saying obey the arch. Is it like the entryway, like the gateway? Obey that? Health? It has something to do with health? Like self-care, health, entryway. Why is that so vague for me? They're just showing me different things, like the rose, maybe not specifically that one, but just like a flower, like tulip or rose or something, and then it turns into, it's kind of like this, like that, like it kind of like the tulip, like that's a tulip, and then it turns into a sword. But then it feels like health. So maybe just like honoring your body, or like honoring your gut, or honoring, like paying attention to your health too, like take care of your health. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like movement, right? So and what you're eating, consuming, whatever, it's like, well, just be mindful, or that's not the right word. It's like, it's not like take care, pay attention the way I'm saying it. It's like be intentional, or more intentional. Like you don't have to obsess over it, but it's just like small things, right? Like be intentional about your movement and what you consume. So for instance, like I'm gonna make sure that I walk 15 minutes a day or something, or you know, I'm gonna switch out pasta once every 5 times I eat pasta with zucchini noodles or something, you know. There's like this small shift. It's like when you pay attention to this like small little shift, somehow that puts you more in alignment. Like I'm also seeing like nuts. They're showing me like just a bunch of different nuts, and then that kind of ties into like a flower child anyway. Like maybe this is something that you used to love doing, is eating more organic, or what is it, paleo diet or caveman diet or whatever it is, where it's like you kind of go back to how it used to be, where you're eating seasonally, that kind of stuff, like, or you know, you're just becoming more active. There's something along the lines of that, where you're becoming more in tune with your wants on a physical level, like your physical wants and needs. But it's more focused on your want than it is on a need. It's more focused because when you focus on what you want, then that, and it's something that's positive, right? The movement, whatever, that puts you more in the energy of like that flower child energy, you know, like who you are in essence. And that also nourishes that aspect of you to allow it to grow, right? Just look at it as like a fertilizer for it. It's growing, it's growing, it's growing. You don't have to do a lot at once. They're not asking you to do that. They're asking you to do something very small and do the focus on that. Yeah, and then it goes back. There's only light. Remember that this person's higher self is saying. This is really like, I don't know. Oh my gosh. So I split the deck because I was going to pull in Gateway. Okay, so obviously Gateway. And we have Healing Chaos. Okay, one more. Security. Yeah. It's repeating everything. I'm gonna say it in one. I'm gonna say it in like a storybook line, okay, of what I'm saying. So this is just like interpretive, maybe literal for some of you, story. Okay, so imagine this. There's this flower child girl. She falls in love with this boy, and life takes them in two different directions. She goes off to the city, becomes this industrious advertising girl, and he goes off and becomes a farmer or something somewhere, you know, two totally different lives. And she feels that she's lost touch with that aspect of herself, which she was totally fine with. She thought that she was living her best life and everything's all good. But there is a sleeping part of her that she kind of yearns for, but says, you know, that's in the past. That's like not age appropriate for me. Whatever, I'm over it. She's not really over it, and she's not over him. She's still in love with him, even though things didn't really pan out. So there's this deep calling in her, and it's reawakening this passion inside her, and that says, you know, I am a flower child. And she's healing herself and healing herself and healing herself. And she says, you know what? Like, I'm going to listen to this calling inside me. And I'm going to wake up and I'm going to put these sunflower daffodil earrings in. And it's a small little expression of who she is. And she says, you know what? I'm going to get off at the train here, which is a little bit further walk than I need to. And I'm going to stop in a coffee shop and a bookstore. And I'm going to listen to the music that they're playing. And I'm going to enjoy myself. And then I'm going to take a little extra walk to get to my job. And she goes and does that, and it's like building and building and building this reigniting and building this part of her that seemed to be asleep. And every time she looks around, it's like things just become brighter and look different, and she starts to see the world in a different way. She goes home, and you know, she has those bongos that we're talking about, and she's playing the bongos. She's like, hold up. Like, I'm Misty Fogg. She changes her name. That's her old name, you know. She's just like, whatever. She's just who she is, you know. And she starts doing things a little different that she hadn't done before because she felt constrained by her own constraints. She's like, what? Not anymore. And security comes in because this person, she finally comes to terms with, okay, you know what? I do love this person. I've always loved this person, and it's okay to have always loved this person. And what carried me through the chaos, what carried me through the healing was this person, like the love that I have for this person, or that's never changed through all of this, and it feels solid. It feels like the gospel. It feels like God with this person. Like it feels heavenly. And lo and behold, that connection with this person is still aflame, still lit, and still continues and deepens, because this person is able to see the same aspects in them. Like they see the same aspects in you that they also see in themselves. And they've done the same in their life, but in a different way. Of course, that person, like we said, was a farmer. So the way that that was expressed in their lives was a little bit different, but they still felt constrained and restricted and limited by societal and personal limitations and restrictions, and are coming back into themselves. So the two flower childs reunite and feel that ancient connection expressing itself as one in this united singular experience. Okay, that's what I'm seeing, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.